So what kind of shoes does Captain Hook hate? Crocs. Because he... never mind.
Perfect.
So the Air Max 1 has had an absolute blinding past 18 months or so. Of course, this year doesn't look like it's slowing down at all. On today's episode, we are reviewing the Nike Air Max 1 Escape. Now I won't lie to you, I kind of thought they were going to slow down a little bit with the Air Max 1 after the big bubble, but it doesn't look like it's the case. I've even seen some more Air Max 1 big bubble colorways and they look pretty fire. But it's good to see though, Nike are still giving us the traditional Air Max 1 as well. And there have been a lot of bangers coming out this year, but this one defo caught my eye. Now there's a lot to love about this shoe, but it isn't perfect by any means. It does have its down bits as well. Of course, we'll be touching on the good, the bad, and the ugly. Before that though, let's start off with the box. Now one thing that may surprise you, because bruh, it defo surprised me, they came with extra laces. They came with a white pair, and I can't lie, they may be a chicken dinner because this pair isn't the best looking out of the two. Although I do like the shimmer to the actual stock pair, so I'm going to keep them in. Now yes, it does come standard with the Nike red box here, and I know they missed the trick. They could have done something completely different. Calling this sneaker premium, they could have done something completely way out there. But putting that aside though, of course the product sticker itself does say Nike Air Max 1 Premium, and the official colorway is white, slate, blue, and black. Now the colorway to this Air Max 1 is actually inspired by an old school Nike ad, and they even go on to say on the Nike website, a lot of waffle, but it is pretty cool when you look at it. Just the opening line, and I quote, "Get ready for this, get away and immerse yourself. The Air Max 1 Escape takes you back through Nike's long record of trail running and pushing boundaries." That sounds pretty cool and motivating. I might go for a run. Nah, who am I kidding? But it's pretty cool to see Nike pulling off something like this, being inspired by an old running ad. But look, let's face it, this is a poor man's Liverpool Air Max 1. I'm gonna say it. Yes, I've said it. And I know some people have already said it, but I'm gonna say it. But just like Mr. Morales, these are miles better. I need to be stopped. But look, let's face it, unless you were a Liverpool fan or a LeBron James fan, you weren't really going to pick up that shoe. Even the most die-hard Air Max 1 fans weren't touching it. But this colorway, yes, is very similar to that sneaker, but I just think this does it so much better. And yes, I'm going to say it, I'm an Arsenal fan. So what? Sue me, bruh. Sue me. But before we get into the details and reasons why I think it's way better, of course, let's talk about the sizing. Now I've spoken about this on my channel before, where the Air Max 1 is a very tricky sneaker to get right, depending on the colorway, depending on how the shoe is actually made with the materials and the panels. Sometimes they fit small, sometimes they fit big, and sometimes they fit just right. And going true to size with this pair was one of the best that I've tried on. But I will say though, if you are a wide footer, I would go half a size up because they may fit a little snug. But for me, as a narrow footer, I went true to size and that was all good. Right broskies, now's the time to have an up close and personal look to see what's good on this shoe and what's bad. Now retailing at £155 here in the UK, this sneaker isn't cheap, but calling this an Air Max 1 Premium, they defo gave us something different. A lot of materials are made up of this sneaker. Of course, the underlays are in that mesh, which is the nicest mesh that I've seen recently. Can't lie, the white does look tricky to keep clean though, so just a heads up. Now the premium suede around the mudguard is pretty nice. I won't lie though, I've had ex-girlfriends a lot hairier than this, so if you're looking for that two-tone suede, you're not going to get it here. But I'll be honest, I can't complain at all. Now the mid panels are so buttery. This nubuck honestly is so amazing. And we do have that shade of teal to the Nike swooshes just on top of them. Now we do have hits of that teal again just on top of where that toe box sits, and that same mesh tongue on the underlays. But one thing I do like on this shoe is that hit of red. It just adds that extra pop, you know. But the tongue tab does have hits of that black as well. Now the sock liner again is in black, just like the insole here, with hits of that red Nike Air brand in there too. Now at the back, I won't lie bruh, I'm a bit torn because parts of me really likes how this looks. Having those sort of mountain vibes and trees there is of course inspired by those old Nike ads, where they sort of go running in the mountains. But this very soft suede / nubuck is very easily touched, honestly. My pair straight out the box had a scratch. And as you can see right next to the Nike Air branding, it isn't going away anytime soon. But let's focus on the positives. Of course, that Nike Air in that red is just the creme de la creme. Now another nice contrast, that white midsole. They could have went for another color, but I'm glad they kept it as is. In the Air unit, we do have that hit of teal again, and of course the outsole is a mismatch of black and teal. So broskies, what are we thinking so far? Is this sneaker a buy or a buy? Now, yes, it isn't your traditional Air Max 1, and I've got to give it to Nike. They hit the nail on the head with this pair. One of the only things though I can complain about, and we've said this time and time again with Nike, when they do call it premium, you do expect premium materials, and yes, this did have them, but the QC, come on, bruh. And I know you're probably thinking, bruh, stop waffling, stop nitpicking. And yes, I probably am. But when one of the main panels does have a scratch on it, of course, I'm going to be disappointed. But it could have happened in transit and it could have happened at the retailer, so I can't say too much. But there still were some other panels I had to change. I had to rub off some of the other panels that had a little bit of a mark. And of course, some other panels I had to cut off. But you know what? It could have always been worse. So I'm not going to complain too much. I've just got to mention it though. On the plus side, this colorway on the other hand is definite a future classic, and I am surprised to see these sitting, so I will leave some links down below if you are still after a pair. But overall broskies, definitely one of the best Air Max 1s that we've had this year, and to think this is still a GR sneaker, it could have easily passed as a collaborative one, so that's what kind of separates it from the herd. But there's nothing to moan too much with this sneaker. Yes, the QC wasn't the best, but then again, it could have been worse. I am indeed going to give the Nike Air Max 1 Escape an absolute buy. But broskies, let me know down below what you think. Was this one of the best Air Max 1s to drop this year, or was this an absolute miss? Leave it all down below and I will pin the best comments. Anyways broskies, don't forget to hit me up on the socials, and for the extra waffle, don't forget to hit up the podcast. And whilst you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and till the next episode, take care.